Hey guys, Welsknight here, and welcome back to another episode from the Hermitcraft server. I hope you guys are having an awesome day. I am having a fantastic day, and we are back to work yet again on the cathedral. I know, we've been just grinding away at the cathedral for, seems like forever, and I know that some of you are getting a little bit tired of the cathedral, and if I'm being honest, I'm getting a little bit tired of the cathedral too. Like, I'm so ready to finish this project and get this thing done, but there's quite a lot left to do. Today, I would like to kind of tackle this front area, I guess you'd call it almost the altar area of the cathedral. And I've been looking at like some images and stuff like that on Google, trying to get an idea of kind of how I want this thing to go. And I've been experimenting with a few different things too. I do know that I want this front area kind of raised up a bit. And there'll be a bunch of different stuff that kind of happens here. So I'm thinking we want to probably start raising it up about here-ish. Right around there. So the pillars will actually kind of come up. Let's break that for a minute. There we go. The pillars will kind of come up here at this level, right? And we'll end up bringing it across. Oh, torch. Torch messed me up. That's all right. Throw a torch here, throw a torch there. Lovely. I'm going to need a lot more stone brick slabs. I mean, a lot more stone brick slabs. Holy cow. We barely even put a dent in this. Okay, so bearing that in mind, let's make a ridiculous number of stone brick slabs. There we go. And we'll kind of bring that up to like here, right? So it's going to go up at like a half slab interval or a slab interval, and it will kind of come across right here like so. And I think this will end up looking pretty good. And then once it actually gets up to this level, we'll bring it essentially all the way across over here. Let me just make myself like a little exit so I can get out. And then, yeah. So all of this is going to be filled in with slabs so that we actually have a floor up here to work with. And you're not really going to be able to get the effect right now, but you can see when we're standing over here, imagine that this kind of comes up. And we've got all sorts of stuff going on back here. A big altar. We'll have like a little area for a choir and like all this other kind of stuff. That's all going to be going on up here. So let me go ahead and get this filled in, and then I'll be back with you in just a second. All right, guys, I am back. I've got it all filled in here. All of this is taken care of. So now we need to start kind of laying out where some of this stuff is going to go. And I think the first thing that I kind of want to divide out, so to speak, is I would like to lay out where the choir is going to go. And I think we'll probably do maybe like a little area over here, right? Or even better, let's bring it back. Well, I mean, the choir is usually a couple of things. So let's just kind of mark it out with andesite, right? So we'll kind of mark out like a little box over here for the choir. And this is where, or isn't the choir? I feel like the choir is normally on that side. I don't know. I haven't spent a whole lot of time in Catholic churches. I think the choir goes over here though. I think the last time I was in a Catholic church, I was performing when I was in choir. I think it was on like a music trip, like my senior year of high school. So it's been a while. For any of you who are wondering, I am not Catholic. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I don't spend a whole lot of time in Catholic churches. So I think the choir goes over here, and then there's something else that goes over here, maybe? I don't really know. I feel like I should know that, and I just don't. Let's bring this back a little bit. And we're not ultimately going to have it made out of andesite, but I'm just trying to kind of mark stuff out at the moment. And we can, do other bits when, you know, we have it marked out. Because one thing about doing big projects like this, and we actually, yeah, we do want that to come here because we want that to run into this gap on the wall right here so it doesn't mess up the windows. The thing about doing big projects is that you always want to do at least a little bit of planning. And this is kind of a big project in and of itself. This is like the most important area of the whole cathedral because this is the first thing you're going to see when you walk in the door, is you'll see this big, huge thing right here. So we need to figure out how we're going to kind of make this all come together and look good. So I'm thinking, I have kind of an interesting idea. Where? Ah, there they are. We can maybe do something kind of cool up here. So the actual altar, I kind of want to be, I'm thinking like here-ish. Let's bring that in one more. And then this should be an odd number. So then let's go 1, 2, 3. And is that 5? Yeah, that's 5 deep. I feel like this should be a little bigger. So let's maybe bring it out like one more. Okay. So then we'll end up with an altar that is 7 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 by 9, basically, is how this will end up being. But that's just going to be kind of the edge of it, so to speak. So what we'll end up doing here, and actually aren't the altars normally like this height? I feel like they are. I feel like normally the priest or whatever, the pastor, the reverend, the guy in charge of leading the church services, that guy, I feel like he is able to come up here and set things on the altar, that it's like at like roughly chest height, right? Like a normal table or a desk. And then it gets bigger and grander as you kind of go back behind. But I think that's the case anyway. So let's kind of do something like this. I am going to put another batch of quartz back here. Now, ultimately, this is all probably going to get covered up by carpet, which I think will do a few things for us. But we'll do something kind of like this. And actually, you know what? This does feel too big now. I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, yeah, this is too big. So let's kind of bring it, let's scale it back just a little bit, right? So we'll go here instead. I think this will be better. And then we'll kind of bring that over like so. Yeah. That's much better. And then that will give us quartz behind, quartz on top. Okay, good. So let's kind of fill this in. I mean, ultimately, it's going to get filled with quartz, so it shouldn't really matter. Or not quartz, it's going to get covered with carpet, so it shouldn't really matter that much what we use. But then we want to mark out kind of like an arch back here, okay? And the other nice thing about covering this whole thing up with carpet is that if we do that, we can essentially hide lighting here as well. And I think that's fairly useful. So I want this to go up fairly high. I am running out of quartz already, though. That's a bad sign. Let's go 5, 6, 7. Yeah, let's go 7. And then 2. And then 2. And then 1. Right? And that's starting here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then 2. And then 2. Okay. So that's good. And then I want the tops of these to be covered with slabs, because that will prevent it from being spawnable. But the idea here is to give us kind of this like arched shape, right? And if we do this right, I don't think I'm going to have enough quartz here. Yeah, I'm definitely not going to have enough quartz. Dang it. Okay, hey, it's fine, it's fine. Some of these we can... Totally saw that one coming. But some of this we can kind of like modify a little bit, right? Like, so that one will go away. And that one up there will go away. Let me just grab a scaffolding block here. We can get rid of like this. Oh, nope, just kidding, not that one. This one, and this one. I think those can all go away. And then we can take quartz stairs and kind of do something like that instead, right? And that will give us a little bit more quartz to make use of. Not a ton, but a little. Since all of this is going to get covered up with carpet, we can take all of this and put that up there. And that actually should be enough. Just barely, but enough. Because we'll go here, here, and here. Yeah. And then we'll put a torch and a torch. And I hope that that will then have enough light back here. Some of these we can just get rid of, right? Like all this is all invisible stuff for the most part. Those ones aren't. But a lot of these blocks are just not visible from the other side. So we'll maybe kind of do something like that, right? And then we've got kind of this nice large arch shape, which is what we want. And we can also just fill this in with andesite for now, and I'm just going to throw a torch right there for the minute. So that's kind of like the big altar shape, right? And we'll put something a little bit more detailed in here. So maybe we'll go something like that. And here, man, my quartz supplies are very, very low. But I think we can work around it. I hope we can work around it anyway. Without me having to run to the nether and get a whole bunch more quartz. I mean, there's not really a whole lot more quartz that I want to incorporate into this, but just a tiny bit here, maybe one here and here, right? So this is kind of our big altar area. And then I'm thinking, let's see. There needs to be a cross. So maybe we'll do something like that. And then we can make a cross out of maybe cobblestone? Like, that's not going to look very good, but it'll give us the right shape. Here. That's not bad. That's not bad, actually. Like, that's passable. I'm not a fan of the color, but the problem is there's really not that many options for walls. In fact, there are 2 in the entire game of Minecraft: mossy cobble and regular cobble. And I really do like that shape. I think that's the kind of ideal shape. The other option would be to use full blocks, and that might be viable as well. Let's go grab a couple things here, because I do know I want carpet, and I do know what color I want the carpet to be, and I do know that I have some other ideas for cool things to kind of dress it up a little bit as well. So, break you. Come over here. And let's just grab a couple supplies. So, I want green wool and green carpet. I also want to try gold blocks for the cross itself. I don't know if this is going to be any good, but I want to try it. And, oh, we do have more quartz than I thought. Yeah, okay. We can maybe make this work. And then also give me some glowstone as well, because we'll need that too. And that should be pretty good. Oh, and I need some sticks, I think. And maybe I will need more green wool. Maybe not. but we're going to find out. If I need to get more, then I'll grab a shears and hit up the sheep farm really quick, which we haven't actually visited in quite some time. Shears. Bam. There we go. In fact, maybe it would just be smarter to do that right now because, let's see, it's 9. Yeah, it's 9 across. Yeah, we're definitely going to need more wool. Okay, that's fine. Let's go swing by the sheep farm. We haven't been over there in forever. You guys haven't even seen the sheep. Some of you who haven't, if you haven't watched the entire series, you may not have even ever seen my sheep farm, my super underground sheep farm that will eventually have a much nicer entrance once I work out the roads and stuff. But down here, we have my amazing sheep farm, and it totally works. It gets the job done. It's not like the most amazing sheep farm ever, but for someone like me who's not technically inclined, or at least not very technically inclined in Minecraft, this is like the greatest sheep farm of all time. It totally gets the job done. It's simple. It took me 1 day to build, and it gives me all the types of wool, as much of it as I need, and like it just works. It's beautiful. Okay. Anyway, I digress. So now that we have visited said sheep farm, can I fly, please? Server, please. I just want to fly. Just let me. We've done it. He's a genius. Okay. Anyway, let's try this out. So, yeah, actually, that looks fine. I like. The more I see the cross out of the cobblestone, the more I think it works. It's fine. It'll totally work. Okay. So here's the plan. We're gonna take, I think this one. I'm gonna replace that with a glowstone block. And then we're gonna put green carpet here and here, right? And around that edge as well. I'm gonna make a tiny bit more green carpet. And, you know what, let's get rid of this one. And that one. Those aren't needed. I've changed my mind about those. So we'll get this kind of green carpet going around, right? And then here's what I'm thinking. It would be very cool if we made an absurd number of banners. I don't know. Sure, we're going to go with that. This may be more than I need, but I want to try this out. And then I'm thinking we just put them on here, right? So it's like the little bit that kind of hangs down, the sort of curtain type thing. Like it almost looks like a tablecloth. And I think this is as close to you can get to like a tablecloth type deal in Minecraft. I'm sure there's probably some sort of a proper term for it, but I don't know what the term is. So yeah, I think that'll work quite nicely. Let's change this up a little bit. I think I want to move the glowstone to here instead so that we can put a quartz block or a quartz stair right here, because I think that will look a bit better. That means we need a full block here. And then once again, we will put our thing down, our carpet. And that is looking pretty good. Now, there is the matter of lighting this up. So what I'm thinking we do, go here, is the ones directly behind the cross. I think what we'll do is we'll fill those back bits in with glowstone. And I think that will work, not only for lighting, but also to create kind of a cool effect. Yeah. Yeah, that's not bad. And then it lights it all up really nicely as well, and that's the big thing. I think we can get away with that. The other alternative would be... Let's try getting rid of the glowstone real quick. And I'm just going to completely tear it out. I won't fill the other part back in just yet. But the other alternative, there was a torch here and here. How lit up would that be? Not nearly as much. Not nearly as much, although I do think it looks a little bit better. I think we'll stick with this. I like the idea of this. Oop. There we go. The glowstone. Boop, boop, boop. And boop, boop. Okay, there we go. So you got our lighting back there. This all looks pretty good. It's nothing complicated or anything, but I think it'll get the job done for us and give us kind of the effect that we are looking for. So that seems fine. Now, we also need to kind of build this part up a bit, right? This kind of back pillar section. Like so. And I think that'll look a little better to give us some extra shape and some detail. Yeah, that's looking nice. That's looking very nice. Okay, awesome. So we're getting there. Now, can you put carpet here? I don't think so. No. Okay, so no carpet. We could put carpet over in these areas. We'll kind of have to figure out how we want to do that. Because there are options. But I don't know. I know I want a big carpet running straight down the middle. Probably red, actually. Even though green is kind of our color here. I think it may be just a big red carpet going straight down the middle. Like 5 wide, probably. All the way down. I think that would actually give us a pretty good look. But this looks okay. I'm happy with that. All right. So now, let's see about getting some of these kind of benches figured out. Or these, whatever you want to call them. Basically, the area where the choir's going to sit. Let's toss all this stuff in here. Okay. Now, give me some dark oak stairs and some dark oak slabs. And I'm thinking the choirs are going to sit here. Although one thing we could potentially do. Ooh, actually. Yeah. I have an idea. Okay, so this is a better plan, I think, but it is going to involve me having to go and get a bit more green wool, and that's fine. Yeah, let's... Ooh. No, flying is a thing. Flying is a thing. We've done it. Okay. So now, the sheep farm actually gets a real test. Check this out. So, you've seen the sheep farm. It's basically 16, or I think it's 16, because there are 16 colors of wool. Yeah, it is 16 slots on the outside, one for each color of sheep, right? And then in the middle, there's kind of a general purpose area with just a whole bunch of sheep, because I find that generally you don't need all the types of wool at once. You just need, either a couple of wool of a certain color, or you need a bunch of a single color. And that's what the middle section is for. We need green wool. We dye all the sheep in the middle green, or at least a whole bunch of them, and then suddenly we have tons and tons of green wool. So, I'll just run around and re-dye a bunch of these guys. This is my general purpose area. I need to come through here and rebreed these as well. A lot of them have kind of died over time because they escape, and when they're not in their pen, I just kill them because it's easier than trying to get them back into the right pen. But this should work, and we won't need a ton of wool. We just need enough to make a couple of beds, actually. Okay. Yep. Okay. We're doing it. We're getting wool. We're getting all the wool. This will be plenty. This will be absolutely enough. Yeah, look at all these sheep. This will be more than enough wool. I don't even know. Yeah, we're over a stack already. Look at that. I love this farm. I really do. I need to build one of these in my single-player world, and in the near future as well. I really do like this farm very much. Okay. Anyway, so now that I've gotten the wool that we need, let's head back to the cathedral and finish out this these choir areas. Oh, and it's night as well. Can I? Nope. I was hoping I could make that. If it's a single player world, I would have made it, but whatever. So here's what I'm thinking. First of all, let's sleep because it is almost nighttime. Oh, that does look nice. You walk in, you see all that? That's beautiful. I do like it. We'll also have to find ways to hide some lighting up there, but there's a couple different ways that we can do about that. We could potentially use lighting as like an actual effect, right? Like maybe we figure something out to kind of dress this up a little bit and use the lighting as like a centerpiece, a point of interest, I guess would be the way to say it. Okay, give me some planks and give me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 beds. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. And this might be crazy, but we're going to do it anyway. So I want the first one right here. So let's do this. And then we'll go... do I want it there? No. No, I don't. I want it right here to start. And then we'll take a bed and go like that. And a bed and go like that. And then right here... Oh, I can actually put it on the top half of a block, barely, somehow. But we'll do something like this. And this will be essentially the bench that the choir will sit on, the pew, right? Or at least that's the idea. And I think that looks pretty good. And then we'll do a second one right next to it, right there. And again, that goes there. That goes there. So we have a couple of these just kind of spread around, and I think that'll work. Although, I think it would look better if maybe there was something in between. So maybe we'll go a full block, and then here and here. Maybe that would end up looking a little bit better. We could potentially just use stairs like that. Don't really like that very much, though. I don't know. It's such a weird... I think the dark oak is too contrasty. That's what I think. I think that's part of the issue. Let's try using spruce instead. And let me just make a couple of spruce stairs and a couple spruce slabs just in case we decide we need them. And let's try this out instead and see if this looks better. Oh yeah, color-wise, that's way better. Much, much less contrasty. Really hard to tell that those are the the places where they're supposed to sit, though. What if we went stairs like that instead? If only there were half slab. Like vertical slabs would be so good right here. What if we make this one a middle? Yeah. Yeah, that'll work. That's not bad. I can like that. And you know what? Then the other thing we could do is we could... Oh, it's a slab, though. Of course it is, Self. You're an idiot. Okay, got it. That's fine. And then let's see. That would be here and here with bed. Please let me know if there's something different on this side other than like generic benches for seating people involved with the service, because I'm not really sure. But we'll do something like that, and that'll be good. And then let's get rid of this little railing over here, this little guardrail. And I think, looking at pictures, there is a guardrail. There's actually like a railing that goes over there. So let's grab, where are they? Aha! Let's grab some spruce fences. And let's try to fence this off a little bit. We'll just kind of bring a railing across like so. And a railing across like so, right? So it's just to kind of mark those off as like separate areas. And we could potentially do something like this as well, right? So this is their entrance to get up here. Just to kind of mark that out a little bit further. Maybe we do something like that. That doesn't look terrible. Yeah. Okay, so they've got their seating areas over here. And then we'll have to figure out some other stuff as well. I'd actually kind of like to do some cool architectural stuff back here as well. This is a very plain wall, and a lot of the pictures that I look at have like big arches in the walls and stuff like that. So we'll see what we can do to kind of decorate that out a little bit more. But I am quite happy with the way that this looks so far. And guys, I think that is going to do it for today's episode. If you enjoyed the video, you know what to do. Links in the description below, so check that out as well. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.